Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Monday afternoon, October 7th. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and NQ. So, from a very sleepy morning to an energetic late afternoon as the market spikes down to go trend in ES, NQ, and righty. However, righty takes back their trend day. They had two sets, J and K. They end with a 10-wide point of control. An afternoon rally high in H. They got close to their balance low, but did not take it out. NQ ends with one set of single prints, a 10-foot wide POC, and an afternoon rally high in H. They also price probe, but not enough where I would use L's low. Now, a couple things. They did not get close to their balance low. Okay, their balance low on the daily is 818. And they were 10 for 10 wide. And here's a nuance that we always talk about not to ignore. They never lowered it. They raised POC twice to ease low finally. What does that mean? It means that you could have gone down 1,000 points and you wouldn't have lowered it. That's not something to ignore going forward. Yes, we still have a trend day down, but I still think that's a level that's going to get played at again. So we'll see. So they end up, again, afternoon rally high, 10 wide, and a trend day down. ES ends with just the trend day down, two sets of single prints, J and K. We did not price probe, and we were only 7 wide. Now, it's still balanced, but we got closer to our balance low. On the daily, it's 724. Now, some people, if they're only using a 2-week balance, will use that same level as their balance low. So I think as we got closer to it today, you're going to get swing traders involved, right? Both on the daily time frame and the longer time frame to possibly take some longs. They know they're out, right? If they're buying against the balance low on the daily and if they're only using a 2-week balance, they know they're out. They might use 10 or 15 points as they're out on the downside because they're trying to get the all-time high, which is the balance high, which is 58. What is the all-time? 27. That's a hell of a risk reward, right? It's 80, 90 points versus 15. So we'll see. We also broke below value low today, but value ended, we were unchanged and overlapping high. Look, it ends unchanged. Above yesterday, Fridays, and below Fridays. NQ late in the day, same thing. Now I put NQ in bigger increments. ES is still in ones. So they're unchanged. If I put it back to, twos, it would be overlapping both sides. So the bears got aggressive late, but it means nothing in the bigger picture yet. Nothing. Okay? Until we take out, for my money's worth, 57.24 in ES and 818 in NQ. Nothing, 818. Nothing's changed. Please keep that in mind. Had a very good day today, and I was patient. I was very patient. My two best time frames were C and J and K, mostly K, and I'll go over those in a minute. I took a short in NQ at A period when it traded up against the 144 the first time, which I did okay. Then I took a short. I thought the turnover would push down, believe it or not, in NQ. It pushed up at the 10 o'clock turnover and took a loss. And then I also missed taking out A's high, which is one of my favorite trades. So that kind of stunk. But then C period came along, and I nailed it good. I got... they started trend, by the way. I got the long to take out the IB high on a 5 lot. Then I longed the single print fill. Got a bounce off of that. And then because we were still one time framing up with ebb and flow trades, did well on that. So C period was really good. Then in D period, I took a long at the time where value low was and did well on that, even though we got below the opening. We went through the opening a lot today in NQ. Then in F period, I thought, well, can this be an afternoon pullback? Took a long, I did okay on it, But obviously it turned out not to be a pullback because we blew through it later in the day. Now, here's a really good time frame for me. So in ES, I'm like, they're going to get this overnight low. NQ was nowhere near theirs yet at the time. I took a one lot in ES at 65 short. I was bidding I was bidding right at the overnight low, which was what, 62.75. Wouldn't get there. Towards the end of the time frame, I'm like, you know what? This could be the way they're acting, and it looks like they're going to start with a small trend day. It looks like they might get energy on a turnover. So I canceled my bid. Thank goodness. I canceled it. It ripped lower. Got the overnight low. Now I'm still short. I jumped to NQ because I'm like, well, NQ is going to get both sides of the IB, right? Because they got the IB high in C, and get their overnight. Thank goodness I got it. So I took a 5 lot in NQ, which I made 50 points on total. And in ES, I took my short from 65 off at 50. Made 15 points in ES. I think that's the most I made in ES in a long, long time. So on one trade. So that was really nice, to get 15 points in ES on the one lot and 50 points in NQ. And then I did some ebb and flow trades because we had the single prints in NQ at certain levels. And I even did one in L period also, which made money. And then that was it. So it goes to show you patience, right? Really, 2 time frames made my whole day today. C and K. I mean, I took the short in J in ES, but K is when I took it off. You needed a lot of patience. I told the room, please don't get lulled to sleep. They do that. Now, was I expecting this kind of move? I was not. I really thought we might just get the overnight low, and that's all they want. But remember, this is also, Jim Dalton, who's the master, talked about this on his week ahead, where we kept buying F, G, I, and J's lows on Friday. Well, they kept buying around that today also, in F and G and even I. But what happened when NJ, what happens when K started? That's where your stops were. They blew out the overnight low, and that's no doubt where all the stops were, whoever was still long from Friday and today, and blew them to the downside. So those little nuances that the profile gives you, very, very important. As far as destinations go in ES, today's high is 88.75. Our single prints, first set started 64.25, filled at 66.75. Although I don't know why this single. Yeah, I don't know what this line is there. Okay, I got that out. The other set starts at 56 and gets filled at 63.50. And today's low of 34.25 in SPY. Today's high is 571.96. Single prints 569.55 to 83, and 568.30 to 569.50. So they're $1.20. NQ's also pretty large. NQ's $2. $1.50. And today's low in SPY is 566.63. And then chart-wise, so did anything change? The answer is no. Just still balance on the daily. And on the weekly, like I said, if you're using last week's low as your balance low, then things can change. I was using 3 weeks ago, not including this week, 3 weeks ago as low. And I'm going to still hold to that. That doesn't mean I won't be looking for shorts underneath last week's low, because that's the daily balance. So if we get under that, regardless whether I'm still calling it a weekly balance or not, the daily would be down, would be below the 50, and I'm certainly looking for shorts if the market gets acceptance below there. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to this channel. Hope you had a good day trading. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.